Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This is going to be a reading for the water babies. Anybody who was born with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces sun. Because it's a really large collective of people, if it's not your reading, that's okay. Just discard it. Check out your other placements. You might find your story there. There is no gender in tarot, so if I pull a queen, I could be talking about a guy and vice versa. It's all about a personality style. I do take private personals. So if you'd like to book one of those, all the information's in the description below and in the pinned section of the comments. I also have promoted a few of the channel subscribers' small businesses there. If you go to my homepage and scroll to the bottom, I've featured some other channels. They're definitely people that I watch every day and highly recommend. You'll also find my other channel there. If you have a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you may really appreciate that channel for the tarot readings. For other people, we do like a lot of psychoeducation there. And we have a book club, things like that. So you can come check us out over there. It's a really cool community. I think that's everything. Okay, so in the Oracle, we have bad karma. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Light. Look to the space between the trees for answers. We have empowerment. Promote skills, knowledge, and confidence necessary to take greater control of one's life. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like you guys have worked really hard to break yourself from karmic cycles. Specifically the water suns. But I feel like you literally feel like you have, there's an inner knowing that you have paid off some type of karmic debt here, be it this life, last life, something, like there's an absolute knowing that you have. I think that, it's like you are empowered again. You feel like these blockages have been lifted, like you're in a whole different energy than maybe even how you started the year. I like it. It's like finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Give me this energy for the water base. Page of Cups. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, more Taurus energy, and the Six of Cups. Some of you definitely have a Taurus moon. So I did some moon readings like a couple of days ago, so you should check that one out. Just feel like that's specific for someone, or a few of you, really. My goodness. Guess they got a lot to say. You have the Seven of Wands, the Hermit, Virgo energy, the Three of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, Knight of Wands. Strength, Leo energy, the Magician, Virgo, Gemini, the Queen of Cups. Underneath it all, we have Death, Scorpio energy. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are able to like really look back and see how much you've changed and grown. Like I feel like a lot of you had like some serious emotional issues before. Like, you were dealing with people who were emotionally unavailable because you didn't know how to show up emotionally. Maybe you were too stuck in the dreamy fantasy of romance versus reality. Maybe a lot of you were stuck in like dead-end jobs, like just constantly working at a place where it was just making ends meet, and then there was some awakening. A lot of you went through like the journey of like the inner child and like the childhood issues. Learned how to set the appropriate boundaries. I feel like you've really looked into, I feel like a lot of you have a tendency to like idealize other people or other situations, and that was part of the problem. Like, it's like you would get into something and you would fall in love with some things or someone's potential instead of who that person really was, and that's always tricky, So I feel like there's a lot of enlightenment here with the Hermit, the Ace of Swords. And I feel like most of this came down to your own emotions, thoughts, and behavior patterns, and like how it would keep you in these karmic loops with people. And all it took to change it was the light, enlightenment, right? To become self-aware. So, I don't know, I feel like it's really good energy here. I feel like you've learned a lot about your emotions and how to work with those energies instead of letting them control you. I feel like there's a lot of emotional intelligence here now. But it's like there's this Knight of Wands energy, which to me is that free yourself empowerment. It's like you feel like you have self-autonomy again, like you're not, like you're actually in control of something here, you're not just being crushed by the force of the universe. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially with the empowerment card and strength and the Magician, it's like really, really ready to... Well, I feel like a lot of you have aligned yourself to the blessing, and now it's like you're just ready to receive. There's like most of you have went through a literal death and rebirth, the transformation of one's soul. You've become mature. But bigger than that, it's like now you're like empowered to really do something with like, I feel like a lot of for some of you, it's spiritual knowledge that you've learned along the way. For some of you, it's like it opened up a path. It's like you see now which direction you're supposed to go with something. It's like you have your confidence back to do this now. I feel like most of you are kind of looking at yourselves like you've always sort of been the problem here. And I feel like most of it comes down to thoughts and emotions. And all of that has changed now. So I feel like that's really beautiful. So what's the challenge here? The Five of Pentacles, the World, the Two of Pentacles, the Sun. More Leo energy here. The Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel the only thing that's still kind of sticking behind is this Five of Pentacles energy. So it might feel like you're empowered, you're ready to do something, but I feel like you maybe feel like some changes haven't been made, or like life is still a struggle or something, and that mindset, the thinking and manifesting are the same fucking thing. So thinking like, oh, I don't know if I really have the skill set that this is going to take. I don't know if there's really going to be good enough money in that, maybe I'll fail and go broke and I'll lose everything. There's something that has to change with that to completely close out a cycle and start something new here. I feel like I feel like if you want abundance, you have to believe that you are abundant. You have to be grateful of these changes, apply the knowledge that you've taken. But I feel like mostly what's lacking here fully is like you feel empowered, but I feel like you don't feel 100% confident in your ability or skill. And this is saying nonsense. Because the world is here. So now that the world is here, what do we do next? We go to the Fool. So we start obtaining the knowledge and the skill that we need for whatever the Hierophant and the Hermit have brought us here. There's some type of major lesson, some type of cycle that you broke, whether it's familial karmic cycles, like generational curses, or if it's just like cycles of habits or things you weren't aware of. For some people, spiritual; for some people, mental health. It's different for everyone. But really, it illuminated something that you're supposed to do that will give you these 9 pentacles. I mean, otherwise, what is the work for? It's I feel like somebody's grateful for the healing that they've taken, but they feel like they want to take the next step to do something to help people in a way that they didn't, know how to get out of the cycle. And the thing here is like, the only thing that's stopping you is you. So I feel like you have to free yourself of this mindset that like you don't have what it takes to start something, or that you'll fail or something, because it's the only thing stopping you, right? It's your only blockage is you. Maybe you're comparing yourself to other people that do whatever it is that you're trying to do here. For some people, they could be comparing like, ages. I've seen like how awkward it is for someone who's like 50 to, sit in a class full of 25-year-old college students, But like, who knows? Maybe they already had a doctorate in something else and now they're in graduate school getting their second doctorate, But it's still an awkward like age group. But that negative mindset, like, oh, I'm gonna look really weird in that class, like. I don't feel like there is like some real like restrictions on what you're trying to do outside of like your own thoughts. The Ace of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Seven of... Yeah, I like it. I think before you even begin something new, there's almost like this psychological tendency to just see the worst that could happen. But really, it's like, it's thought up, it's made up in your head. It's not, there's like this absolute fear of failure, and that on its own is failure. Just to be clear. One of those situations where if you think you can, then you can, and if you think you can't, then you can't. And again, it comes down to the thoughts behind the emotional process. So I feel like this empowerment is a need to believe in your own skills and abilities and just try. Just try. Because I feel like whatever it is that a lot of you are trying to do here doesn't even take a specific skill. It takes the ability to, Ace of Cups, connect with someone or other people emotionally. It requires vulnerability, but it doesn't necessarily require, a master's degree or something. It's like you're really, really overthinking like all of the bad parts here, and that's just, that's not. That's not what's happening. Here's the Fool. Fool to the Ten of Cups. Tower at the bottom. So if you can overcome this little fear of failure, I think rather fast too with the Tower. It's like out of nowhere, like this, boom. you're going to be really happy with the outcome here. So somebody's fear is standing in their way, but they need to not do that. Just do whatever it is that you're feeling like you're supposed to do here. And I feel like this could even be telling somebody like, well, some people might feel like they've definitely paid off some karmic debt. Like this is a new way to pay off more karmic debt, is like, again, helping others. So some of you are being called to do that, and it's time. All right, I'll see you guys soon.